Yeah. And these trailers and the premise of this movie, they tease so much juiciness, it's rebuilding of the Avengers. It is adamantium. It's those like nerd terms that make you want to go see the movie. And that Rotten Tomato score will not deter me from getting somewhat excited for this, Ricky Flux. But we do these 10 bold predictions. I think you should kick it off because when we do these bold predictions, we always go box office first. Ricky Flux, I'll throw it over to you. First prediction for Captain America: Brave New World.
This is not making $500 million worldwide.
Okay, I like this. I have between $400 and $500 million total gross.
Yeah, and I think that's what it's going to be. I think you look at the opening weekend, it's projected the over-under domestically is 95 million, right? That would be a strong open. A strong open hitting triple digits. That would be great. Okay, but look what happened with Quantumania. Almost a 70% drop off after opening weekend domestically. This is not going to, it doesn't seem like it's going to be a movie that you're going to go see 2-3 times like core MCU fans would do, like we would do for a Deadpool Wolverine. That's how you drive up the box office, especially domestically, in a movie that's called Captain America, right? I don't think it's going to do as well domestically after this opening weekend, if it even hits that number after this Rotten Tomatoes score has come out. And worldwide, again, Captain America movie, I don't think it's going to hit the number, the 500 million that I mentioned here. And just looking at other, non like absolute like put it in the bank MCU releases, like Quantumania, just short of $500 million. Eternals made $400 million worldwide, right? Like these type of movies just don't have they don't have the pizzazz, right? Even though name-wise, Captain America has the pizzazz, which will make it better than probably an Eternals. But I just think, I don't know, there's something off about this weekend. I don't have as much confidence in this name, in this movie for it to make over 500 million. I'm going under.
Yeah, I think the first weekend will be good, but I think the bad word of mouth has already started, right? With that green splat. But also, like when you look at Quantumania, and we thought that was going to, Kevin Feige thought that was going to reset, right? Like not reset, but like rejuvenate the MCU. That was going to be the one. And that has like the next big bad, or was supposed to be the next big bad in the universe. And it makes less than $500 million. Like you have Captain America here, but it's Sam Wilson. It's Anthony Mackie's version of Captain America, And the first two Captain Americas, they made a lot of money. And like the one movie that's compared consistently here with Brave New World is Winter Soldier. So I looked up Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier worldwide, $714 million. Domestically, $259 million. Okay? And that's when the MCU was about to hit another stratosphere. That's right before 2015, right before Phase 3 is about to start. This is like 2 years after Avengers, and like everyone is now getting on the MCU bandwagon, and they're recognizing that this might be a phenomenon. This is at a low point in the MCU, and then it's the replacement for Captain America. Yeah, I'm between $400 and $500 million. Easy, Ricky Flex. And that means arguably they don't make back their budget because the production budget for this was $180 million. I think that was before. That's not including marketing. That's not including all the reshoots, right? Who knows how much they spent on CGI, like up to the freaking release of this movie.
Rumors have it that this went up to mid 300 million. So, like they need to make sure they try to double that worldwide. I don't even think they're going to, though.
And with like Harrison Ford, like you look at Dial of Destiny. Dial of Destiny didn't dominate at the box office, man. It was not a smash financial hit at the box office. Just because you have Harrison Ford in the mid-'80s in one of these movies does not guarantee success. Because you have the name Red Hulk doesn't guarantee success. I like this first prediction, Ricky Flicks. I'm in. Number 2. I'm starting off hot. So, a huge key piece of this plot is this resource, adamantium. So, this is famously the material that is bonded to Logan's body before he becomes the Wolverine we've come to know and love. So my prediction for this movie is that there is an introduction of the Weapon X program on the 616. So this is the Weapon X program that is known for binding the adamantium to Wolverine's body, and then he becomes Wolverine. So I think we're not going to get Wolverine in this movie, but I think they're going to start planting the seeds for the 616's version of Wolverine.
I love that prediction. I absolutely love it. There's no way in hell they're doing a Wolverine cameo or like with Hugh Jackman or introducing the new Wolverine in this movie, let alone a post-credit scene. All right. They are expecting big things out of this movie, trying to set up the MCU's next phase with this movie. And obviously, it's one of the core MCU heroes here. But they know that this movie is not it. They think it could be something, but there's no way they think this is big enough or good enough to introduce the next Wolverine, because then that is what everyone will be talking about, even if you go that regard too. So this is a nice little pivot to do something with the adamantium, because we have to make a prediction on the adamantium. There's no reason why they don't have it here, and they keep saying it and showing it on the screen in every single trailer or teaser. They have to do something with it. So I like this one, the introduction to the Weapon X program. That's a nice like middle ground that's kind of under the radar.
I really liked it when I thought of it, and I didn't know. Okay, we don't get Wolverine. Probably, do we get like a William Stryker of the 616? That would have been also. I think it's safer to have just a mention. The MCU is really good at Easter eggs, just mentions without having to cast somebody yet. Because although William Stryker, it's not the biggest of Marvel villains, it is an important casting that you get right when it comes to like the origin of Wolverine. And who knows if like Wolverine exists already in the universe. I think there was some type of they alluded to him in one of these projects. I think it might have been Falcon and Winter Soldier. They talked about the island or whatever, a mutant island. I forgot what it was. There was a headline in She-Hulk, I think, that was talking about Wolverine or something like that. I think I recall that, But I think just an intro of the Weapon X program. I'm in on that. Third one, what do you got?
Do you want to go bold?
I want you to go with what you think people want to hear.
This is my hottest one. I think this is my hottest one. I think there's the over-under on Red Hulk scenes is 1.5, and I'm going under.
Under 1.5.
I think there's one Red Hulk scene, and that's it.
Wow. I had a couple things Red Hulk. I had one that was like a prediction. It's not really a prediction, just like what I think the plot is.
Oh, I have one of those too.
So like I'm just going to add on because it's not really a prediction. I don't think it should count, but I think that Thunderbolt Ross has been considering this Red Hulk as an alternative if he can't get the Avengers back, right? If he can't have a peacekeeping organization, he is going to go full Thanos. I'm going to do this myself, type of moment. And that's why he's been taking the super soldier serum, because he doesn't have the Avengers, right? It's kind of his like break glass in case of emergency plan. And when things are getting so haywire with the Celestial in the middle of the ocean, war's coming to the point of potentially nuclear war, he's like, I'm going to take care of this. That's what I'm thinking. But I like the 1.5 just because maybe the CGI was getting too crazy, and that maybe it wasn't looking as good in a couple different moments. Let's limit this, right? Script rewrites, 1.5 scenes. I kind of like that.
We always do something with screen time. Right. So if you want to do screen time, like less than 5 minutes of Red Hulk, you could say that what you just said is a part of my equation, my formula. And you got to also remember, this is going to be a political thriller type of action movie. Right. There's a lot of Harrison Ford on the screen. They're trying to showcase Harrison Ford as the president, not necessarily Red Hulk. Right. And you get that one scene in the White House and you're going to get that big reveal. And I think that's it. And I also have a plot prediction, but surprisingly, I have a different take on it. I thought we were going to align on this.
Wait. On Red Hulk?
Yeah, I have a different take on how the Red Hulk comes to be.
Fire.
So we have to go all the way back to the Incredible Hulk, Ed Norton. And what happens in that movie with Thunderbolt Ross, right? He is trying to capture Bruce Banner and the Hulk, right? And what ends up happening, right? Remember, the leader, Tim Blake Nelson, is in this movie, and Samuel Stearns, is in the Incredible Hulk, and he is literally becomes the leader in that movie. And that is MCU canon, that movie. So in that movie, he becomes the leader, like that he gets hit with like the blood from Bruce Banner or whatever. And you start to see his head like starting to blow up like the leader, right? And in that movie, he creates the Abomination. Okay. But he also turns into this gamma freak. I think he is trying to get revenge on Thunderbolt Ross. And what better way to give revenge to Thunderbolt Ross than to make him into a Hulk?
Okay.
And then
So
it causes chaos. And also the leader, again, as like the comics, like he's a big like spy, like underground spy, like connecting things, trying to like what do you call it? Like big spy underground organization trying to like pull strings of all these organizations. And I think the adamantium might be one of those things where he's trying to get control of it or try not to have Thunderbolt Ross get control of it. So what else then like to make him the Red Hulk? That's what I was thinking. I don't think in my prediction, I don't think the Thunderbolt Ross wants to become the Red Hulk.
So Reset Ross, Reset America is a point in the trailer where you have the leader looking at like this bulletin board with all these different strings attached and all these different like pictures and like reports. And maybe I was thinking like he's trying to set off Ross because he knows like he's been taking this serum. You know, I thought potentially that was it. I don't really know, but I do like I think we say 2 or less scenes with the Red Hulk. I think that's a good prediction to have. And we kind of went off and just talking about potential premise of the movie. That's more wait and see. Obviously, these are all wait and see. But I think 2 or less. Next, I'll go with you talked about the idea of the spy thriller. I'm going to go with one that I've been talking about for a long time. I think Sabra, who is looks like a secretary or some type of political advisor to Thunderbolt Ross, played by Shira Haas, she is going to double cross Thunderbolt Ross. And it's where in the trailer they keep talking about Anthony Mackie's talking to Thunderbolt Ross saying like there's people that maybe on the inside who have infiltrated or who are crossing you, not just some people that are obvious on the outside, right? And she is someone that I'm looking at. She's on the goddamn poster looking like a Black Widow. Right? She might be a Black Widow. Her name's like Sabra. She could be a Black Widow, but I could see her as potentially someone who double crosses Thunderbolt Ross, newcomer, right? Don't know much about her. Does have some kick-ass action sequences that are reminiscent of Black Widow. I think she is the favorite as the person on the inside who is working against Thunderbolt Ross.
That's a good shout. I didn't even think of her in these predictions. I should have. Because Sabra is an Israeli Secret Service agent.
Oh, okay.
So could be a double cross there where she's working for obviously Thunderbolt Ross, but is really an Israeli or somebody else. They could change it. The MCU has changed plenty of things from the comics, so it doesn't have to be Israel, especially with what's going on there. Make it a Secret Service agent there, or maybe working with the leader, something like that. So definitely could see that. I like that. Sabra double crosses Thunderbolt Ross. I like that prediction.
I also with the 2 or less Red Hulk scenes, it's also we've only seen him as Red Hulk in one scene.
Exactly.
You know, so it's like
that,
that's what I keep thinking of, and they're showing more and more scenes of Red Hulk than trying to sell this movie up until it's released, and it's just like him launching off the White House. You know, and I guess we can go to you, but like if we wanted to go back to Red Hulk, like I guess we kind of have to go to an obvious one. Does he die at the end of this movie? Does Thunderbolt Ross die? Do we ever see Harrison Ford again in the 616, or is he done?
I think he might show up in Thunderbolts.
Okay, so you want to hold on that?
I want to hold. I don't want to make that prediction because if anything, I want to make a bold prediction that he shows up in Thunderbolts.
Okay, we'll hold off on that one. We'll see what we have left.
We can go another Hulk one though.
You have another like a Red Hulk one or a Hulk one?
Hulk shows up in this movie.
So I had some spiciness here, Ricky Flex. Not only did I say potentially Hulk shows up in here, we have Liv Tyler in this movie coming back as Betty Ross. I think there could be a flashback scene with Betty Ross and Bruce Banner, and it's going to be Mark Ruffalo with Betty Ross instead of Edward Norton.
Okay, I think we do too here because that flashback is a great idea. That would be insane. You think it would be a flashback and not like because the reason why I think. All right, actually, we let off with Thunderbolt Ross dying. Now I'm starting to think he dies in this because right, because hear me out. Flashbacks are tough to execute, even though I love that idea. And it's something the MCU, again, with reshoots,
The
rewrites,
aging.
de-aging. Here's
They de-aged Thunderbolt Ross and Black Widow. People forget that.
yeah. So I totally can see that. But at the same time, it's like Liv Tyler is not doing they're not going to give her more parts than she needs. They're just not going to do that. And we know for a fact that in the trailer somebody dies. So maybe she comes back for a funeral and it's her dad, obviously. So
okay, let's organize here.
So I again, like now you're making me second guess my Thunderbolt Ross thing here. Harrison Ford is
I had
old.
another crazy one about Betty Ross. I'll hold till we figure this out, and then
like
I'm gonna
you
throw
know
one
what
out.
I'm saying here? Like, because like for my death, because like obviously you got to do a death. I had Isaiah. I'm like Isaiah's gone.
Ooh, Isaiah Bradley or Thunderbolt Ross. Isaiah Bradley might be the better pick.
But it's not as bold.
Yes, but like, do you think it's gonna happen though?
I think we know somebody dies, and Isaiah Bradley.
I feel like Thunderbolt Ross has been lingering too long in this universe.
Yeah, we got it. Like
the chances that Harrison Ford is gonna keep playing Thunderbolt Ross, like there's no way he was just like, yeah, I'll keep showing up for these movies.
What if it's a fake Thunderbolt Ross death?
Like a Samuel Jackson Winter Soldier.
Yes.
That's almost too bold. That's almost too bold. Okay. So let's figure this out. First off, let's go. Who's dying? We got to pick one.
I think Isaiah is dead.
Or we could qualify this saying either Isaiah or Thunderbolt Ross dies in the movie, but that's like obvious.
Yeah, no,
that's not.
We know there's a death from the trailer. We know there's a funeral scene. But like, I think if we just back this up for a sec to kind of like
he was just elected president. He's gonna die already.
Yeah, and like it's Thunderbolt Ross. He's got to be around. Harrison Ford says he's gonna keep acting.
Isaiah dies. Isaiah dies.
Let's say Isaiah dies, and then we build off of that. Do we say there's going to be a flashback scene, or do we just say like?
Then again, wait a sec. But then we're going to keep talking about this. What if, like, the White House is destroyed? He is the Red Hulk. How does he go back to being president after he is like the Red Hulk?
Oh, he's impeached.
That's probably what happened.
Ross death.
That's it.
A fake Ross death.
What is that?
A fake Ross death.
That is so ballsy. Let's go with Carl. I mean, I think it's Carl Lumley is the actor's name, but Isaiah dead.
I don't hate. Sorry, Isaiah. Yes, lock that in. Isaiah dead.
Yes, Isaiah dead. That's number 5.
Fake Ross thing, like fake death for Ross, because you just introduced Red Hulk. You're gonna eliminate him? I don't think so. Also, you just introduced Hulk's son, and a World War Hulk movie. Red Hulk could be a massive piece of that. And again, Thunderbolts, Red Hulk in the Thunderbolts. I don't think you introduce the Red Hulk just to take him away this quickly. But I do agree, he can't go back to being president after this. He destroyed his own house. So, and he's gonna be like hated. But what do? If you're still not dead, you fake a death. You fake a death.
Yeah, Valentina help him.
Yes, and Thunderbolts. Boom, exactly.
I think, Ricky, honestly, I think we put the fake death on the back burner. It's on the document right now, right? Fake death for Thunderbolt Ross, but it's not officially on there. We have right now 5. We do a total of 10, so we might need this anyway. Going through the 5. Box office gross between $400 and $500 million. Number 1. Number 2, introduction of the Weapon X program. Number 3, 2 or less Red Hulk scenes. 4, Sabra is a double agent. And then 5, Isaiah Bradley dies. Those are our 5 confirmed. And then on the back burner, we have a fake death for Thunderbolt Ross. And then another back burner, and we'll get to, is Mark Ruffalo with Liv Tyler's scene.
There's got to be a scene between the two of them. If we know for a fact Liv Tyler's in this movie, there's a scene between them.
Okay, so you want to say that's a prediction? Or you want to say a flashback scene as the back burner?
Man,
let's put it right now. We'll decide if it's going to be a flashback. Let's just do Ruffalo, Betty Ross scene because they've never done one together. I think that's an educated guess, but also it's not Mark Ruffalo's movie. It would be bold to say he even shows up here.
But hear me out too. I'm okay going a step further, maybe not flashback, but saying he fights the Red Hulk. And just hear me out. Dude, this is basically a Hulk movie if you look at it, truly. Yes, it's a political thriller, Captain America trying to sort out the position of Captain America, again, similar to the show right now with Harrison Ford's Thunderbolt Ross. But you look at the villains, the leader, huge Hulk villain, Red Hulk, literally a Hulk. Like, there's too much
Liv Tyler
this here not to have the Hulk here. So, and then you look at the trailer again, you see the Red Hulk scene fighting with where he fights Captain America. No super serum Sam Wilson beating the Red Hulk.
The Green Hulk is not showing up in this movie.
Well, so you're saying Bruce Banner is going to be actually?
This is a movie to show Captain America, this new Captain America coming to his own. He's not going to get hijacked by the Hulk.
So you're saying he's not even going to so he shows up, but he's not
going to be. It's going to be the new Falcon, Danny Ramirez, and it's going to be Anthony Mackie. It's going to be those two, and then maybe someone else, but it's not going to be the Hulk. That's robbing him of the movie.
Then Bucky Barnes.
Yeah, so I have him potentially on here because it could be a post credit where he meets up with Anthony Mackie, and then it leads to Thunderbolts, right? It'd be hard to imagine Bucky Barnes not showing up in a Captain America movie.
Let me make my pitch for why he's in the movie. And I'm not saying he's going to be fighting in the movie, but this is a movie where Sam Wilson is going to be going through a lot. He's going to be going through basically himself against the president and the government. And again, trying to find the position of Captain America, where it lies. Also, maybe reassembling the Avengers. He's going to need basically like a therapist. And Bucky will be his like sounding board here.
Oh, like someone I need someone to guide me through this, right?
Yeah.
He's like, I got to do this on my own, but you got to help me, like tell me how to do this. Give me a
great introduction for Bucky Barnes for the Thunderbolts, where he's going to have that leader type role. So I think Bucky Barnes, he might not be fighting here, but he's going to at least like have a one-on-one with Sam in this movie and be like, hey, you got to just do what you got to do. That's why Steve gave you the shield.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do that. Let's plug it in here. Bucky Barnes appearance. And I think especially, and I'll let you know kind of like where's Bucky heading into Thunderbolts? Where's he at right now? Right? How tight is he with Anthony Mackie? How much are they communicating? Is it a desperate move for Anthony Mackie to go see, right, Sebastian Stan on screen? Okay. I won't go funny. I have a funny one if we want it for number 10. But I was thinking a huge part of this movie is like the sidekick for Captain America, Falcon here. I was thinking Falcon teased as one of the next Young Avengers, right? He's technically, right? Well, I guess he's too old. He's too old. Yeah. Never mind. We're gonna have to scratch that.
I saw something online where he like that Falcon is falling out of the sky in one of the trailers.
Oh, Ricky, what is the other kid's name? The kid from Captain America and the Winter Soldier, the young Eli Bradley.
Oh, you think he's gonna be a part of this?
He's got to be, right? The Falcon, the Winter Soldier, like that's like the prequel to this movie.
I think they forget about him.
You don't think that he shows up for a fight scene?
No.
Really? Okay. So
I think he's.
And this also goes with something else. I was talking about, does the Power Broker make an appearance here? Sharon Carter's daughter from Falcon the Winter Soldier. Is she still a player? Or
he's going to still be a part of this universe. She should show up in this movie.
Yes, I agree. But I'm saying, do they care about tying up those loose ends, those Eli Bradleys that they leave you hanging on, the Power Broker? Are those even an emphasis in this movie? Or is this Marvel where it's like the connectivity? We don't care about the shows as much. I think this is going to be a really telling movie in that regard.
It's a good point. I think if you say that Sharon Carter will be in another Marvel project going forward, she's in this movie. So if you're committed to her in the MCU going forward, she's in this movie. Are you committed to her being in another thing?
No,
All right, then let's not add it then.
it's not at it. So right now we are at 7. That's not including the fake Thunderbolt Ross death. And that's yes, that's the only one not included here. I have more, but you have one you want to throw out here?
Let's see here. I know I told you about my Bruce Banner stuff, my Hulk stuff. I told you about the leader being like anti-government control of the adamantium, kind of having like a spy ring a little bit, kind of like the comics. Let's see. You want to do a post-credit scene?
I've had a few in mind here.
All right, what are you thinking?
First off, Celestial being addressed for the first time since Eternals. Okay. People have been wondering if we're going to get a sequel here. I think they're going to tease the Eternals sequel as a post-credit.
There's only going to be one post-credit scene.
Is that what it said?
That's what I looked up.
I got a couple ideas here, right? So I'll throw a couple at you.
I have a wild one.
Eternals sequel. I also have Anthony Mackie going to a recruiting visit to recruit the first Avenger in the new rebuilt Avengers, a la Nick Fury.
So that's like the not bold prediction. That's the prediction that I think is like the safe, betting favorite.
Weapon X program would be another one.
Ooh. Crap, we already said that though.
Yeah, so we can just add something though. The Weapon X, I think, will just be a part of the story. I'll show it right before like the credits, and then you have the end credit scene.
Okay. Yeah, I think you kind of have to mention the Eternals here.
Yeah.
I think you kind of do, even though these are the bold predictions. So even though I think the prediction will end up being the other one, if we're going bold, I think we kind of address the elephant in the room, and that's the Eternals.
I think the Eternals, people have been wondering, does that movie matter? This movie will tell you that movie matters for the future. There's something will be happen with the Eternals in the post-credit. Maybe not a sequel, but something will happen with like the Celestials that sense that Celestial is now being meddled with. The resources are being taken, right? Does someone have an issue with that? I forgot what the big Celestial, right? The guy who controls everything. I forgot what that guy's name was.
Don't ask me.
Yeah, that guy. I think that guy makes an appearance. The guy who came in at the end of the first, the only Eternals movie, and he came out of nowhere. He just came out of the sky. That guy might show up in a post-credit scene.
I had another prediction, kind of a crazy one, saying like, is this Celestial in the Indian Ocean really dead? Like it'll just get up,
Yeah.
at the end of the movie or something.
Yeah, that'd be too much with like Red Hulk and stuff happening. But
that's
yeah,
why the CGI budget went so high. Like, I'm trying to think of anything.
Teasing of the Eternals' future. That's a post-credit scene.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Yeah, because like who knows? They probably will show up in Secret Wars. Will there be another project? Maybe they don't do one with the entire team. Maybe only with a couple that are on the ship at the end, right? Where Harry Styles is Star Fox and Pip the Troll with Patton Oswalt showed up. Maybe it's something with those guys. But if I had to say someone shows up, it's that big Celestial.
Yeah, that's a good call. I had a crazy one. Like if we went like too bold, if these were the two bold predictions, it would be like another Blade post-credit scene.
Yes, another Blade. They do double Blade post-credit.
We kind of like say, hey, we promise we're still trying for this. We promise, because that was the post-credit scene or one of them at Eternals or Eternals Connection here. And you just say here, hey, this project's not dead yet.
Arishem. That was the guy's name. Arishem, the judge, the guy who was overarching everybody and came at the Eternals at the end and freaking sucked them up like they're from a straw. Okay. All right. You want to hear my funny one?
Yes.
A hero becomes Eskimo brothers with the Hulk. Someone's banging Betty Ross.
Who could it be?
I had my eyes on the Falcon. Danny Ramirez takes down Betty Ross.
So, like, does it happen in this movie or like did it happen already?
I don't know. That was just what I was like,
You were saying this was a young Avenger, by the way.
yeah,
This guy.
yeah. He's going for the cougar. Come on, it's
Oh
Liv
my
Tyler. It's
God.
Armageddon. Well, are you kidding me?
I
Like
could see like actually no, it wouldn't be Sabra.
Sam Mackey, Anthony Mackie, Sam Wilson takes down Betty Ross, and then he has like this rivalry with the Hulk. Hulk finds out about it. That'd be the post credit.
That is a funny one, but no way.
I thought I'd throw it out there, But Eskimo brothers, we haven't had it. Has there been an Avenger that's been an Eskimo brother with anyone? No.
I don't think so.
There's only been one sex scene on screen, right? That was the Eternals with Gemma Chan and Richard Madden. That's the only one. But
I was thinking Iron Man.
yeah, who is Tony Stark? Yeah, let's think about this. Which Avengers could be Eskimo brothers? Can't be Steve, because Steve had that one girl during World War II, right? And then he went back in time,
And
he's with Agent Carter, and no one else took down Agent Carter because by the time
took down
we're up to modern day MCU, she's like 90. So, and you look at the other relationship, no one took down Pepper Potts, right?
Took down Hawkeye, safe.
Hawkeye's safe, right? Has his wife and his family. Honestly, you know who are Eskimo brothers?
Safe.
You know who are Eskimo brothers? It's freaking Sam Wilson and Bucky Barnes.
With who?
Like they banged some random chick, and they both did.
Maybe.
Could be. I was trying to think like Wanda. Like they hang out, like they probably know the same people. They're definitely Eskimo bros.
Maybe.
Okay, we'll leave it at that. All right. What else do I have? We are right now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 8 right now. I think we're gonna have to add the fake death for Thunderbolt Ross as 9.
I love that.
Congrats. And then we could easily have the Power Broker showing up. We can have Eli Bradley showing up for one of a couple of these scenes. I also had a post credit that might address the what's happening with the X-Men with the end of the Marvels, But at the same time, that feels really like a stretch because that's like a cosmic type of thing, cosmic type of movie with the Marvels, but with the adamantium mixed in, right? Would there be something that happens with that X-Men world? You think adamantium, you think Wolverine, you think X-Men. I think that's a long shot. So what do you think? Maybe Power Broker, Eli Bradley. I was also thinking as a post-credit, Steve Rogers post-credit scene potentially teasing his role in Doomsday. If it's not a Steve Rogers that we're going to see from the world of the Fantastic Four, are we going to get like an update of what's going down with Steve Rogers, or do we see him at all in this movie in a flashback, maybe talking with Sam?
So I had a Steve Rogers one. Was like we just get a Steve Rogers update where he might not even be in it, because you want to do a shadow over the movie saying, "Holy crap, Chris Evans was in this movie," so maybe we just get an update. So, you could say no Steve Rogers, but we get an update.
Like they're gonna mention him 100 times in this movie.
But like we mentioned, like what is he doing? I guess like we already know what he's doing now.
Because we never had like a Steve Rogers funeral.
He's not dead.
What if that's the funeral that you're talking about?
Holy crap. That's a pretty good one.
Is he actually dead in the 616? Is he dead yet?
That's a good call. All right, this is gonna mess everything up. Because Isaiah's in jail, right? Because he tries to attack Thunderbolt Ross.
Isaiah in the final fight alongside the old Captain America versus with the new one, right? It's like the old black Captain America, or at least the old black guy had the super soldier serum fighting alongside Sam Wilson. That might be the guy who joins the final fight to help him take down the Red Hulk because he can't do it by himself.
I'm not sold on that one because again, it goes to your point of like this, he's got to do it by himself. But I am kind of sold on the Steve Rogers funeral now. But then again, how's Tyler come into the fray?
Is Steve Rogers dead in the 616? I don't know. What is going on here? Is he dead?
But that's why like they have to answer that question in the next Captain America movie without Steve Rogers. I think it's like, oh, he's dead.
I'm looking at Reddit, the only place you answer this type of question. If they didn't have, they gave Tony Stark an iconic funeral. Like Captain America would get a freaking like a strong funeral. That character deserved a funeral.
Yeah, he's even before he was a hero, he was a World War II hero.
I think he's alive. I think that funeral is Steve Rogers' funeral.
But then, like, how does this Liv Tyler situation come about?
It might be a flashback.
Oh, we're going back to. But then, what about the fake Ross death?
The fake Ross.
Because think about it. He becomes Red Hulk. He becomes Red Hulk. He cannot go back to be president, per your words, and I agree with.
We said that he faked his death. These all connect to too much.
That's why they're bold predictions. We got to put our nuts on the table here. All right, I'm down to say. Let's keep it all and just say that funeral is Steve Rogers gets a funeral.
Remember Peggy Carter had a funeral in Captain America Civil War.
What?
Peggy Carter. She had a funeral in Captain America Civil War. Wasn't that Civil War? Or was it Winter Soldier?
No. It was Civil War.
That was Civil War, because remember?
Okay. If she gets a funeral, holy crap, we need no. Let's just say Steve Rogers gets a
funeral scene. Steve Rogers funeral scene.
Yes.
Okay. Let's jot it down. Then let's look at what the list looks like. This has been chaotic, but I also think we're onto something.
Right. We're not going perfect. We have too many overlapping things here.
That's 10.
Yeah, so that is 10.
Let's see how we feel. So let's run through the 10 bold predictions. Number 1, between $400 to $500 million total gross at the box office. Number 2, there's going to be an introduction of the Weapon X program with adamantium. Third prediction, there will be 2 or fewer Red Hulk scenes. 4, Sabra will be a double agent in Cross Thunderbolt Ross. Number 5, we say Isaiah Bradley dies. That one we have to work on.
We got to work.
Number 6, Ruffalo and Betty Ross scene. Whether it's a flashback, present day, there will be a scene with those two. 7, Bucky Barnes appears in the movie. 8, a update on the Eternals via post-credit. 9, a fake death for Thunderbolt Ross. And 10, a Steve Rogers funeral scene. We have 3 dead scenes. We have 3 dead scenes.
All right, time out. I
take a seat. Take a 20.
Chaotic. We got Take a 30. No, I need a full because I gotta say something to you. Here's the problem with the Steve Rogers funeral scene. You just mentioned how Iron Man Tony Stark, my dog, got this huge funeral. Peggy Carter got one. Dude, if there's a Steve Rogers funeral, then Iron Man showing up. Robert Downey Jr. that has to be in the movie. Like all this stuff has to happen. They will not do a Steve Rogers funeral scene without.
That was me. I'm just thinking outside the box. I'm putting Ricky. I want to make just the best list, you know? And if we have all these deaths and all these, like, what happens and everything's contingent on a funeral, it's not the best list. So I'm okay taking it off. I just like that I put the idea out there.
Okay. So I didn't hate it until now. I'm like, crap, there's no way they would. If they did that, then I might walk out of the movie.
There's 3 different funerals. Like there's only one funeral they've shown in the trailer, and we just said Steve Rogers
I'm willing
funeral.
To change Isaiah dies.
Death for Thunderbolt Ross, and then we said Isaiah Bradley dies.
Okay, let's workshop.
Isaiah Bradley in the final battle is on the table right now.
That's crazy though.
Why?
Because he's so old.
Red Hulk is played by Harrison Ford.
But it's CGI.
He's 84 years old.
You tell me Isaiah Bradley's gonna get a suit in this movie?
No, he's not gonna have a suit. He's coming right out. He's gonna be wearing a freaking jail jumpsuit.
Okay, I have another prediction here because we got to get rid of Isaiah dies too. All right, we're all in on the fake.
We're back to 8. We're
back to 8. Here's one. Sam Wilson by the end of the movie goes back to the white suit.
Ricky, didn't you hear what he said about the suit? He
Yeah,
hated
they'll
the
change
other.
up. They'll change the helmet or whatever.
No, he has one suit. I'm not okay with that one. I okay. We could say something small. We could be like, he's fighting. Sam Wilson is fighting Red Hulk. What are the odds that he says I can do this all day?
He's gonna do that or on your left somehow.
Ooh, if he's fighting alongside Falcon or he's fighting alongside
Isaiah for your
Isaiah on your left. Oh, that's it. On your left could be the next,
Danny Ramirez. When he's fighting with Danny Ramirez, when he's flying with Danny or Danny Ramirez, Falcon.
He says on your left with Danny Ramirez. That's a prediction, something small, but I can see it happening. But like that's his go-to phrase, right? That's the phrase it's synonymous with Sam Wilson. He said it twice now.
Okay, so it's not a bold prediction. So then we got to do. I could do this all day.
He's not going to do that. It's too iconic. It's too Captain America. It influenced the next idea. He's going to say on your left. That's like we sometimes, Ricky, we have 10 here. It's not as bold, but it's kind of bold that we just said like, yeah, he's going to say that. That's the iconic phrase of this new rendition of Captain America.
All right. Well, he says,
or Danny Ramirez says it.
That's a bold one. I'm cool with that.
Bro, that would be it. Danny Ramirez says on your left. Because like now they're switching the roles, the new Falcon saying it.
Yes, yeah. I'm down for that.
That means we need one more.
Okay. This has been chaotic.
This has been one of our best podcasts in recent.
If you want to do another screen time one, over under 1.5 scenes for Giancarlo Esposito, could go under.
No.
Think about it.
I don't even want to think about his character.
Because I think he might be like in one like little heist type of thing, him and his boys, and then Sam Wilson stops him, and then he's like, oh, and it's like at the beginning of the movie, similar to like Frank Grillo at the beginning of Civil War. Or no, Age of Ultron? No, Civil War.
The beginning.
Right? And it's just like one and done. Quick in and out.
Man.
This is the leader as the villain, and then you have the Red Hulk, which you're going to be building up to.
You could parlay this. You could parlay it with the Red Hulk and say 4 total scenes for the Red Hulk and Sidewinder. God. I don't even know what to do with Sidewinder. I think that is just having him in this movie. I just think it's going to be weird.
Yeah. All right. Do you have any others that you want to mention here?
I think I kind of emptied the clip here. I was also saying Hugh Jackman maybe alluded to, but it wouldn't make sense because he's never actually been on the 616. He's been in the Void, and he's only been in Deadpool's world. He has not set foot on the 616, but I was thinking that, like, trying to prop up Wolverine that we just saw and people trying to connect to the movie that made $1 billion. But no, I don't think it's going to happen. And then we could do the recruiting visit by Sam Wilson.
I just hate how we know there's only one post-credit scene and we already have
the Eternals.
And then even the Weapon X program could be I could see that as a post-credit.
Yeah, leave that be then. I think we could do I like Isaiah showing up. You need someone else to fight the Red Hulk, right?
The Hulk!
No. You can't. Hulk will steal the movie. Like Isaiah Bradley, that'd be good.
But like you could picture it like
Sam has to fly to him taking down the Red Hulk. This list can't get any crazier. We're saying that Thunderbolt Ross fakes his death. I give that a literal 0.5% chance happening.
Fine. You want Isaiah in this movie? I just think he breaks out of prison, or like he gets released out of prison, not breaks out, and then he's like highly regarded because Sam Wilson's going to be like, this guy should be a GOAT or whatever. Even though he's in the Smithsonian, I don't know.
Yeah, he's at the Smithsonian because he has a thing there. So does, yeah, like him getting exonerated for the attempted murder.
Yeah,
of
that seems obvious.
Thunderbolt Ross. Maybe I don't know. Now we need one more. So our broker shows up.
They could tease a World War Hulk movie like not in the post credit scene, but that's why like Bruce Banner's at the end or whatever saying like crap, like the leader. I know this guy, Sam Stearns, chemical research professor, whatever. Like at my son, you could tease like it could be like a little tease.
Tough.
All right, we could do this Isaiah one. I know you want to do it.
I want one that is just like it could happen. You know, I want one that is because we're going a little crazy with these. And we have already a lot that are potential post credits. So it's like they're not going to tease a World War Hulk movie.
It's more like the Hulk
in the
says,
Captain
"I got
America.
more to do." They're not teasing World War Hulk. They're teasing like the Hulk in another project.
But that means like the Hulk is like in the movie. I'm not even sure he's in the freaking movie.
You know, like Bruce Banner. We have a because you're committed to the flashback scene.
I'm committed to the flashback, which is that might be the craziest one.
Dude, there's the Hulk's arch nemesis is in this movie, and then you have the Red Hulk. Like, they have to have the Hulk in this movie.
Yeah, but like we just had, not just had, but Shang-Chi, you had Hulk show up, and he looked 100 years old. He had Bruce Banner looked 100 years old.
But that was just the post-credit scene, right?
Yes, it was. That's what I'm saying. Like he's gonna do another post-credit scene, and he was in She-Hulk.
No,
like,
he's in the movie, and like he doesn't have to be fighting either. If we want to take that off the table,
we could say the Power Broker, bro. I keep saying it. The Sharon Carter.
Fine. Sharon Carter.
Power. Because like that would be if they don't do Eli Bradley with the Young Avengers, and they don't do a Sharon Carter Power Broker continuation. Maybe she's working with Sidewinder. That could be something.
That's a good one. All right. That's a good one. I'm on board with that.
Power Broker working with Sidewinder and the Serpent Society.
Oh, you want to go that deep? I'm just saying in the movie.
The Power Broker's in the movie. Let's keep it simple.
Yeah, because I still think the leader is going to be behind Sidewinder and Adamantium.
It's not like she was just in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. You know, she's in the Winter Soldier. She's in Civil War, right?
Yeah,
she has a history here.
Yeah,
that's a good one. That's 10. Did it.
I was going to say, also, I forget at the end of Secret Invasion what happens with Nick Fury. But
he goes up to space with his wife, doesn't he?
Does he?
I think he goes up into that ship.
Yeah, there's no way he comes back in this, right? Like he doesn't recruit the Avengers again.
Yeah, that's why I was like, there'd be great if you have Sam Wilson. No, but we just kind of had that with the Young Avengers and Kamala Khan.
Right. He was in the Marvels.
Yes. He was in space.
Yeah, this is chaotic. And not just us, the MCU, chaotic.
Yeah, this is very symbolic, analogous to what the MCU is going through right now post Endgame. But final bold predictions here, unless you object. First one, between 400 and 500 mil at the box office. 2, introduction of Weapon X program. 3, 2 or fewer Red Hulk scenes. Sabra is a double agent. Number 4, there will be a Mark Ruffalo and Betty Ross scene. Next, Bucky Barnes will appear in the movie. Next, an update on the Eternals as a post-credit scene. Next, a fake Thunderbolt Ross death. And then next, Danny Ramirez will say on your left to Sam Wilson at some point in the movie. And then finally, the Power Broker will make an appearance. Those are our 10 bold predictions leading into Captain America Brave New World. Ricky Flex, I'm very comfortable with the last 2. We are so crazy with a couple of these. Those 2 bring us back to reality a little bit, back to the 616. But I like the list overall.
You reading it back, I don't hate it. I honestly, if we had Isaiah fighting in this list, that is crazier than the Thunderbolt Ross thing.
Ricky, no.
Just based off of logic. Like, because again, Red Hulk, once he turns into Red Hulk, he cannot be president again. He will be banished from society. He needs to fake his death or die. And we don't think he's dying because I think he's might be in Thunderbolts. So what do? You fake your death. Isaiah Bradley, he is in prison in this movie. He already gets an action scene trying to assassinate Harrison Ford. There's no way. In Sam Wilson's first movie as Captain America, he's gonna have an old man Jenkins next to him fighting Red Hulk.
That's exactly what I would expect from this movie.